Every night for several decades, a siren would blare across Robbinsdale at 9 p.m. to alert the city that anyone under the age of 18 should go inside. That curfew siren has been silent since August, but now there's a group of Robbinsdale residents who are calling on the city to bring it back.
I'd like to see it continued. I know that there is a small expenditure to changing it out, but it is something that is so unique to Robbinsdale, and it is that small town vibe that is unique. Nobody else does it. It's a great reminder for kids. It's a great reminder for adults.
Kate Richardson is one of a number of Robbinsdale residents who are making a push to bring back the curfew siren. According to Robbinsdale officials, the city cut power to the curfew siren, which is located on the historic water tower, back on August 22nd because the building that houses the siren's infrastructure is scheduled to be demolished. For the siren to be reactivated, the city would have to find a new place to put the controls and wiring. Robbinsdale would also have to spend between $6,000 to $10,000 for new parts.
So right now, council's taking feedback. We're looking for information from residents. Is this something you want to bring back online? Is it something that the city should maintain? There is a cost associated with that. And there will be some infrastructure work, again, because where it's housed will be coming down.
The city manager recommends people reach out to him directly to share their feedback on the curfew siren. The Robbinsdale City Council will address the issue at a future meeting. Meanwhile, despite resident opposition, a planned bike path in Robbinsdale will go forward. The bike path is part of a street reconstruction project on Hubbard Avenue the City Council approved. It includes replacing 100-year-old water mains and stormwater sewer pipe. The project will cost property owners more than $7,000 in assessments on average. While residents did not oppose the project as a whole, they did object to having a bike path in their front yards. The trail is part of the city's comprehensive plan, a document that involves decades of planning. But residents opposed point out that plans can change.
Things do change over time. People change over time. The way everything's going. Look at what's going on with the light rail. The light rail has changed over time.
I think that there are many things that I don't want in the state, in the country, in the city. But we're all part of a community, and we all have to look at what is best for the community. At least that's our job up here.
The vote was 3-1 in favor of the bike path, with Council Member George Selman the lone no vote. Selman pointed out he hasn't heard this much opposition to something in quite some time. With less than a week until Election Day, the Secretary of State stopped by Brooklyn Park to, in his words, be a fly on the wall for a public accuracy test of voting machines. Local election officials tested equipment from different wards in Brooklyn Park. The Secretary of State has visited a few of these tests all around the state as part of this process.
My hope is that just knowing that this is a thing, knowing that this exists, is on some level soothing to people who have questions or even doubts. They know that this is open to the public. Anyone can take a glimpse. Anyone can look over the shoulder as Mr. Montero and others like him across Minnesota kick the tires of these pieces of elections equipment.
The process in Brooklyn Park went fairly smoothly, but groups of people questioning the validity of the election process have showed up at other locations around the state. Northport Elementary in Brooklyn Center won a grant to bring a Twin Cities Children's Museum to the school for a series of workshops. We got to see what those workshops look like in today's School Spotlight.
Think of it like a taco.
Northport Elementary students are learning about the science of light.
We're working with kaleidoscopes. We have the Works Museum here, and we are engineering.
And it might not be perfect. Is it okay if it's not perfect the first time?
The Works Museum is leading today's lesson.
I think it's important to understand how light works and how light reflects and refracts.
When you see the mirrors reflect, you can see more of these shapes, much more beautifuler.
And Alex Tran is enjoying every minute of this lesson.
I decided to put green and pink because green is my favorite color.
Someday, Alex hopes to use his skills and science knowledge for good.
I want my job to be an engineer so I can craft items, make new things, make the world better.
Because it is bringing our learning to life, which is what we're always about, is trying to create positive experiences for our students where it empowers them to create this culture of learning.
Northport Elementary won a grant that brings the Works Museum to the school for lessons with every grade level all throughout the year.
Student engagement is amazing when they come in, and you see every kid engaged in the lesson, and it's hands-on. It's relating to what they want to do.
There are several opportunities for parents to engage in what the students are learning too, and instructors are excited for this unique opportunity to bring something new to the classroom.
And that's what we're all about here at Northport, is creating that culture of learning, and this is the perfect partner.
Let's see, is it too early to talk about Christmas? No, it's never too early to talk about Christmas. Here's a shopping opportunity coming up.
After everything we've been through with the pandemic, last year when we got together for the first time, it was like, oh my gosh, it was so wonderful to see everyone again. And that's what will happen this year too, only even larger.
The women of St. Alphonsus have been hosting a Christmas bazaar for 62 years at the Brooklyn Center Church, and we're told this year's event will not disappoint. One of the organizers, Eileen Ergens, gave us a sneak peek into the storage area for all of the items that will be on sale.
All of these are books that have been sorted, and then we've got a whole crew. They are sorted according to mystery, fiction, cooking. We have tons of cookbooks, as you can see. We have gently used Christmas items, decorations. We've got homemade candies. We've got a bake sale that will knock your socks off. Huge bake sale.
Mark your calendar. The sale will be Saturday, November 12th through the 13th from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. And all of the money earned from the sale will go right back into the community.
The state soccer tournament moves indoors to U.S. Bank Stadium for the semifinals and championships. 6 of the 7 local teams in the tournament this year won their quarterfinal round games to reach the semifinals. Boys semis were Tuesday, including top seed Wayzata in Class 3A.
State boys soccer tournament bright and early Tuesday morning as top-ranked Wayzata faced Andover in the Class 3A semifinals. Early scoring chance for the Trojans' Joe Highfield, but a big stop by Huskies goalie Nolan Meyer keeps Wayzata off the board. With just under 7 minutes to play in the first half, the Trojans are awarded a penalty kick, and Mike Orloff buries the shot. Wayzata leads 1-0 on Orloff's team-high 21st goal of the season. 5 minutes later, they score again. Charlie Pillar's left-footed shot finds the back of the Andover net. Wayzata dominates play in the first half and leads 2-0 at halftime. Second half, the Huskies are awarded a penalty kick of their own. And Baraka Tarleton makes the most of his chance, scoring to pull Andover within a goal at 2-1. Yet another PK try here. The second for Wayzata. This time it's Joey Barica scoring. A little breathing room for Wayzata now at 3-1 with under 7 minutes to play. The Trojans add one final goal less than 2 minutes later. Great effort by Pillar to weave through the Huskies' defense to net his second goal of the match. Wayzata wins 4-1. The Trojans play Woodbury for the Class 3A title Friday morning at U.S. Bank Stadium.
The Maple Grove boys were the number 2 seed for the 3A tournament. Jason Malillo has highlights from their semifinal.
In the boys soccer state tournament, it's Maple Grove against Woodbury in a Class 3A semifinal. First half, Woodbury's Xander Anderson chips the shot past MG goalie Holden Waldrum, and it's quickly 1-0 Royals. Just over 2 minutes left in the first half, Chris Franz to Carter Sheard, and he pings a high shot in. Crimson level the score at 1. Second half, loose ball in the box is chipped in by Anderson for the Royals, and they take the lead back. Then a great effort by Woodbury's Evan Mountain creates the shot for Anderson, and he finishes again for the hat trick and a 3-1 Royals lead. Maple Grove gets one back on a nice shot from distance by Caleb Mance, but the Crimson fall 4-2, and Woodbury advances to the state championship. In Minneapolis, Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
In their first trip to state, the Maranatha boys soccer team upset top seed Southwest Christian in the quarterfinals. As Jay Wilcox reports, their semifinal game didn't go nearly as well.
Maranatha Christian Academy set for the Class A boys soccer semifinals as they face St. Paul Academy. SPA strikes early on the corner kick as Yash Kirshagar sends it low and John Sullivan deflects it in. It's quickly 1-0 Spartans, 1:18 in, and it's a sign of things to come. Kirshagar takes the pass, a great shot fake, and he rips a great shot into the top corner. It's 2-0 St. Paul Academy just 10:52 into the match. The same combination works again. Orion Kim to Kierkegaard, and he rolls the low shot in for a 3-0 Spartans lead. They lead at 4-0 after a dominant first half. The Mustangs try to regroup. They get a scoring chance off the turnover as Jaden Dimitrov fires, but Cooper Olson makes a big stop to keep it 4-0. Grant Bennett comes out to challenge, but Ezra Straub taps it by him, and Cooper Bollinger and Danielson taps it into the open net. Maranatha's Cinderella run is jolted by St. Paul Academy. The Spartans win 6-0. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Girls semifinals in all three classes are taking place Wednesday with championship games for girls and boys set for Friday at US Bank Stadium. Go to our website, ccxmedia.org, for more coverage of the girls semifinals. That's it for sports. I'm John Jacobson.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.